Oh, there we are. Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. I get to interview a lot of celebrities over the course of my job, and many times we see them have special skill sets in movies, and most of the time they cannot do what they pertain to do in the film. This is an exception. I am here with Taraji P. Henson, mathematical genius in the new film Hidden Figures. Thank you for sharing your skill set with us in this movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was incredible. How the hell do you wrap your head around all those numbers? Is that something that was easy?
No, it wasn't. I was very nervous, but that's how I pick projects. If it doesn't scare the hell out of me, chances are I shouldn't do it. And she scared me. This role scared me because she's still alive, one. Two, this is a very important piece of history that somehow we've missed. So the weight of that kind of responsibility wore me out. I was nervous as hell. And then I'm not mathematically wired. I failed math miserably. And I think why this movie was so important for me to do is because I didn't even know these women existed. I was conditioned to thinking girls aren't good for math. Math is for boys. Math and science, that's what boys do. Girls do, domestic stuff, and you learn how to sew. I literally grew up with that mentality, and I'm not the only girl who was conditioned to think that way. So what if I knew about these women to me?
But what's really interesting, too, is because, obviously, we see the prejudice against them because they were African-American. We see the prejudice against them because they were women. And yet people who aren't either of those two, that resonates because at some point in all of our lives, somebody didn't believe in us. Somebody didn't give us the opportunity because they judged us without getting to know us.
Yep. And that's what humans do. And what I love about this story is it breaks that down because, talk about making America great again. This film and these people and everything that we have done in history led up to this moment. This made America great. And you know why? Because humans were forced to put their differences aside because there was a goal and we had to get it. And so there was no time for pettiness, And what I love about this film is that that's what happens when humans stick together because humans, we all we got. I don't care what you look like, what God you pray to, who you sleep with at night. You bleed the same blood. You need the same things to survive. So what are we doing here? And I think the timing is perfect. Why didn't this movie happen 5 years ago?
But you were saying about human needs as well.
Yes.
And part of the human need, too, is companionship.
Companionship.
And what I loved in this movie is your friends care enough about you that they want to fix you up. And I was wondering, in your own life, do you have friends that cross that line and try and fix you up?
They have done it. They all do it. They all do it. Some situations have been nice, and then others are like, don't ever do that again. Don't ever try to set me up. But, underneath it all is a love for me. We just use, my friends are like, we see everything else going on in your life. You need to have someone to share that with. And it's from a place of love, so I never really hold it against them.
And I think for a lot of people, after they've seen this movie, they're going to be having that song running, going through their own mind, because how many times have we had to, look for a bathroom?
Yes.
That's a very funny sequence.
I loved reading about it, but when I had to do it, I was like, oh, you didn't think this through, did you? You didn't think that you had to run in heels in the rain. You, not your body double. Not your stunt double. There were a couple times when the crane was far away, he would throw in my double. If you saw just my feet, he would, just to give me a break, but I actually ran 1,000 times, I'm sure.
Well, and last question for you. I want to talk about the empire of Taraji P. Henson. And that is, obviously you've been doing some incredible work of your career.
Thank you.
And then a role comes along, this incredible woman named Cookie. And everything starts to change.
Yeah.
Why is it? It's like you're not a different person, but this role has attracted different people to you.
I know, and who saw it coming? I thought people would hate her. And another role that I was very afraid of, because my struggle through my entire career is, oh, she's too edgy, she's too this. It's like, you can't judge me based on how I walk in the room because I'm being me. I'm still a trained actress, So here comes Cookie, and I'm like, oh God, they're gonna think that's all I can do. But if I let that fear take over me, and I didn't birth Cookie, would Catherine get as much? Would I have been able to be a part of that film? There was fighting, because I'm sure at this point people that's all they see is Cookie, and they kind of forget my resume. I've been doing this for a while, and I haven't been playing Cookie my entire career. But thank God for Theodore Melfi, because he always wanted to work with me. We were gonna do one project that didn't work, and he always kept me in mind. And he knew, because he knows I'm a trained actress, he knew to look beyond Cookie, and he knew that I had it in me to portray Catherine. So thank God for directors who believe in my craft and my talent and my skill.
Square root of 81?
I have no idea.
God, I thought she was going to rise to the occasion there.
21 and a half, 20 something, 40. 41 and
9.
9?
Taraji P. Henson, thank you. This is Scott Orlin. Until next time.